Okay, wait a minute. So let us start with the coordinate geometry. Okay. Okay, let's turn on my camera first. Wait a minute. So wait a minute. Okay. Okay, dear student, let's start. Okay, let's start with this topic, that is coordinate geometry. Okay. So first of all, you know very well that we have the four. Actually, we have coordinate geometry help us to explain the things in 2D and 3D. Okay, in 3 dimension and the 2 dimension. But in actually in our mathematics, we will be going to study only the 2D, only to 2 dimensions. We are not going to discuss the third dimensions. Okay, so that is only X and Y plane. That we will be going to discuss in X and Y plane. Okay, so this one is considered as Y plane. Okay, and this one is considered this axis is considered as positive Y axis, and this is considered as negative. Okay, and this line is called, we called it as a Y axis. Okay, and this is considering, we consider this line as X axis. Okay, and this will be considered as, this whole line is considered as an X axis. If we are considering this point as 0, so this will be considered as positive. Okay, and this would be considered as negative. This upper portion is considered as positive, and this lower portion is considered as negative. Okay, so we have the 4 quadrant here: first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. Okay, they are the 4 quadrants that we study. Okay, so let me explain you one more thing, that whenever we are just going to explain something, if I'm having some point. Okay, if I'm having this point. Okay, and I don't know, if I want to know the position of this point, I don't know what is the position of this point. So what actually I need, this, we need a point from where I need to calculate the position of this point. Means we need a reference point. Whenever we are just calculating something, I need to know the position of this point. What is the position of this point? So we must know that from which point you want to calculate this position, from this point, or from this point, or from this point, or from this point. From where, from which part are you using right now to I can simply say that we need a reference points whenever we are just going to calculate the position of an object or a thing. Okay, so for example, this is a point, and if this point lies here. Okay, and if I need to calculate the position of this point, okay, this is the position of this point, and we consider this as 0,0. Okay, now I can calculate that. If someone asks me that what is the position of this point, so please tell me what is the position of this point. So according to our coordinate geometry, our 2D representations, I can simply say that if you move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if you move 5 units in the x-axis, if you move 5 units in the x-axis, positive x-axis, okay, in the positive x-axis, and if you move 1, 2, and 3 units, 1, 2, 3 in the 3 units in the y-axis, then you will reach this points. And it is the way to write the point position of a point, that you must write the first x, and then you need to write the second point, that is y. Okay, so the coordinate of this point is that we can simply say that if you need to know the position of this of this particles of this point, so you can simply say that you need to move 5 points in this direction, in the x-axis direction. If it is being written 5 in the initial one, that simply means that it is the x-axis. It is simply the x-axis. Okay, so this one is 5, this is indicating the coordinate of x-axis, and then one that is 3, that you need to move 3 in the y direction. So the coordinate of this point will be 3, 5, 3. Okay, so this is a simple way that you can simply use that. This is the simply points that how this simply help us that how can we locate a point. But for this we are calculating this position, this point we have taken as a reference point, as a reference point, and from which we are calculating the position of this particles. Okay, in the similar way, if I'm saying that this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not saying centimeter, meter, or something. I'm saying units, because this may be kilometer, this may be meter, this may be mm. So I'm saying only unit here. Okay, so this 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is another, I'm writing here, this is 0, 0. This will be considered as -1, -2, -3, -4. Okay, and this one is +1, +2, +3, and okay, and this one is -1, -2, -3. Okay, so if I'm saying that we have a 2 points, one is this point. Okay, we have 2 points, one is this point. Okay, and another one is I can say that this point. Okay, so actually we can calculate the position, we know the position. If I said that what is the position of this point A, so you can simply tell me in the form of x-axis and y-axis. Okay, so this is very easy, that you can simply say that if a person is going moves in the 2 points here, 2 units in -2, or you can say that in -2 in the x-axis. Okay, and if it moves +2 in the y-axis, then this he will reach, or they will reach to this point, or that object is going to have this positions. Okay, -2, 2. And in the similar way, if I ask you that what is the position of this one, so you can simply say that here the position of point B is, when you move, you have to, this is recommended that you must need to write the x-axis first. You need not to write the y-axis first, because this is the rule of writing the coordinate of a point, that there must be first x-axis. If you write -2, it is simply indicate that in the -2 first, and then 2 in the you write the y-axis first and then write this x-axis in the later, then it will be considered wrong. You cannot write like this way. Okay, so the simple, you need to write the first x-axis. So if an object, if a point move, if a object move, if a person move 2 unit in this x direction, positive x direction, and then another 2 units in the negative y-axis direction, then it will reach to that he will reach to this point. Okay, so we can see that the coordinate of this point is 2, -2. Okay, now what is the distance? If I ask you that what is the distance between these 2 points, the question is that what is the distance between these 2 points? How will you be able to calculate the points? How will you able to calculate the distance between these 2 points? So there are different formula that we use, but the easy way is just to that, if I ask you that how can you be able to find out the formula of this point. So this is, wait a minute. Okay, let me write it with white. So here we have, dear students, here we have 2, -2, the coordinate of this point. Okay, if I ask you simply that what is the distance between these 2 points, how can you say, how can you explain that? How can you be able to calculate the distance between these 2 points? So the distance, this can be calculated with the help of a distance formula, and that is given by, you can simply write here that the distance between these 2 points, that if I'm saying AB, you can say that under root of y2 minus y1 plus x2 minus x1 whole square. Okay, so you can simply use this formula, and you can easily able to calculate the formula of this unit. So please let me know what is the formula, what would be the distance between these 2 points. Let me know, please. Let me know. So it might not be necessary because you are adding these two. If there is some subtraction, then it might be different. Okay, so the formula of AB, you can also write this way. You can also write this way: x2 minus x1. Okay, the answer will be same. Okay, x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. And what is x2 and what is x1? So you can consider anyone. I'm not saying that this you will have to consider x1 and y1. No, you can consider this one x2 and y2. It's your choice. Whichever you are considering x1 as a first, the answer will be same. Okay, so you can write this formula like this way also. Okay, you can write the formula like this way also. This is x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This position will comes to this side and this position will come to this side. This is same because 2 plus 3 is also equals to 3 plus 2. So this is same. Okay, moreover, you can consider any one of the coordinate as x1 and y1. You cannot consider like this way. You cannot consider, what you cannot consider is like this way. You cannot consider like this way. So if you are considering this one x1, then the y1 should be considered. It might not be considered as y2. If I'm considering this one as x1, then this must be y1. If I'm considering this one as x2, then the other coordinate must be y2. You cannot consider it as y1. So this is simple. Otherwise, the answer, you can consider any one of the coordinate as x1 and y1, and this one you can consider it as x2 and y2. Okay, so writing this simple answer here, you can simply write here that y2 minus y1. What is y2? Y2 is actually, I consider here that 2. So 2 minus y1. What is y1? Y1 is actually minus of 2. So minus of 2. Then you have to write here the whole square. Okay. And you have to write here the whole square. Then plus x2. Okay. 2 minus 2. Actually, I write here. You can write any one of the formula. You can write this one first as okay. So no problem. You can write the answer will be same. If I'm writing here, if I'm using the above formula like this one, that's okay. AB is also equals to under root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Okay. Y2 minus y1 whole square. Okay. So you can write any one of the formula. Okay, dear student. Both the formulas are same actually. There's no difference. Both the formula is same, exactly same. So you can write here 2 minus so you can write here 2 minus minus 2 plus you can write here y1 is minus 2 minus 2 minus 2. Okay, so whatever the answer comes, you have to write here in the kit. So you can write here 2, this minus minus will get plus, and you will be able to write here plus 2 whole square plus, you can write here again minus 2 you will get here minus 4 whole square. Okay, so you can write here under root of 4 whole square plus 16. Yeah, you can write here again minus 4 whole square. This will not cancelled out. Actually, you need to keep in mind here that this will not be cancelled out. If you think that this is a square of 4 and this is a square of minus 4, no, it will not be cancelled out. Okay, so you have to write like this way. 4 square means 16, again plus 16 under root of this one, 16 plus 16. Okay, then it will gives you 32 root 32, and this will be approximately equals to. Okay, and you need to keep in mind that distance can never be negative. If you are calculating distance and you find that it is in negative, so it cannot be negative. Means if you have committed some mistake, somewhere mistake. Okay, so you need to keep in mind that the distance should not be in negative. Okay, so the
Sir, you're muted.
Please copy this one, dear student. Is I'm audible to you clearly? Please let me know.
Yes.
Okay. So, Tanishka, do you understood that how can we calculate the distance between the 2 points? Okay. Biju, do you understood? And Sadhna, do you understood that how can we calculate the distance between 2 points?
Yes.
What's the correct pronunciation of your name? Please let me know.
Bright Biju.
Okay, Bright Biju. So let's move towards the next. Have you copied this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's move towards the concept first. Okay, let's move towards the concept first, then we shall be doing the question of NCRT. Okay, so that's very, if I told you that if a point, if there is a point, okay, if I'm saying that this is a point from the origin, okay, I'm considering this one as origin 0, 0, okay, and this is a point, okay, this is a point. So if I ask you simply that what should be this point is going, this is a point, this is a B point, okay, what should be its distance from the origin? If I'm asking you that what would be the distance of this point from the origin, okay, so how will you be able to what will you consider that if I'm saying that this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this one is 4, okay, this one is 4. Okay, if I asked you that what would be the object or this particle is going to have, if I'm writing here, this one is 1, this one is 2, this one is 3, and this one is 4. Okay, so if first question is that what is the coordinate of point B? Tell me, what is the coordinate of point B? Tell me, what is the coordinate of point B?
4 and 4.
Okay, 4, 4 is the coordinate of this point B. Okay, so if I'm asking you that what would be the distance of this point B from the origin, that how will you consider this one? So from the point B, you need to write here that this origin is, we are considering this origin as 0, 0. So this will be our another point. So from this point, let this point be A, we need to calculate the distance. So what should be the formula of the this to calculate the distance if we are calculating any point, any distance from the origin? So you can simply write here AB is equals to under root of, you know the formula that AB is equals to under root of, okay, x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Okay, okay. So if you consider this as, it's your choice, dear student, it's your choice that you can consider any one of the coordinate according to your will, which one you are considering. That I can consider this x1 and y1, I can also consider this as x2 and y2. It's my choice, which is easier for me. It is easier that if I choose this point as x2 and y2, and this one as x1 and y1, because the subtraction will be easier. Okay, so you knows very well that this x1 here, whatever the value of x2, we have to write the value of x2 here, minus, and this is 0, okay, whole square, plus, and you knows that this will be y2, means y2 minus 0, okay, whole square. So you can write here x2 x2 whole square plus y2 whole square. So what is the coordinate? What is the this is x is the coordinate of that point. Okay, yeah, we can say that this is the x coordinate of this point B, and this is the coordinate of point this is the y coordinate of point B. So if you need to simply calculate the formula, if you need to calculate the distance from the point from the origin, okay, to any point, if we have any point having some coordinates like x1 and y1, and we need to calculate the distance from its origin. So we need to simply write here that AB, the distance from the origin, yeah, we can consider that OB, because this origin we generally considered as O, will be equivalent to under root of the x coordinate square plus y coordinate square of that point. Okay, so this is a simple formula. If we need to calculate the distance from the origin, so distance from the origin can be calculated by using this formula. OB is equals to under root of, or you can simply write here that OB square is equals to x square plus y square. Okay, you can write simply this one. So what is the value of this one? You can write here 4 square plus 4 square. So this will be 16 plus 16. You can write here 32. Okay, then OB square is equals to 32. Then OB will be equivalent to, you can simply write here under root of 32, and that will be equals to 4 root 2. Okay, so again you have, actually our coordinate was 4 and 4 again, so we have the simple answer again, that is 4 root 2, like the previous one. Okay, so do you have any doubt regarding to this, that if we need to calculate the distance from the origin, then we need to simply, what we need to do is we need to do one thing, that we need to consider x1 and y1 as 0, and when we consider x1 and y1 as 0, we can simply write this x2 whole square plus y2 whole square, and this is the x coordinate and this is the y coordinate of the point. Okay, so you can simply write here under root of x square plus y square. Okay, got it, dear students, or having some doubt to this point? Got it? Bright, Biju, and Sadhana, and correct, Sadhana, is that the correct pronunciation? Sadhana?
Sadhana.
Okay, Sadhana. Okay, so is that clear, dear student? And you need to keep in mind, whenever the distance is, when this unit is not given, it is in centimeter, it may be seconds or something. Okay, so you need not write here centimeter, you need to write here meters, because the unit is not being given to you. If the unit is in the question is being given to you, then only you have to write here meter, centimeter. Otherwise, you have to write here units only. You have to write here units only. And distance, you knows very well, the distance cannot be negative. Okay, displacement can be negative, but distance cannot be negative. So whenever you are calculating that distance of the 2 points, it must be in positive. If you find that it is coming in negative, so it means that you have committed somewhere mistake. So you need to keep in mind. Okay, let's move further. That what type of questions comes. First of all, we need to calculate, we need to clear a concept. Then we should move to the NCERT questions and other questions. Okay, so let's move to the next. Okay, so if this is a y-axis, if this is a x-axis, okay. Okay, I'm saying you that this is the x-axis and this one is y-axis. Okay, if a point lies on the x-axis, dear students, let me know what would be the coordinate of this point. Let I'm saying this one is 1, this one is 2, this one is 3, this one is 4. Okay, and this one is 5. Okay, let this point lies here, exactly here. So what would be the coordinate of this point? What would be the coordinate of this point?
2, 0.
0,
2, 0 or 0, 2?
2, 0.
2, 0. Okay. So we can simply say that whenever a point lies on the x-axis, its y value is 0. How can you say? If you need to tell some person that if a point lies exactly on x-axis. Okay, so what you need to simply say that you need to move 2 units in the x-axis. No need to tell him to go into the y-axis, because there is no y-axis displacement. There is only in the x-axis direction. There is no y-axis direction. If the object move from upward or downward, then there is a y-axis displacement or y-axis coordinate. There is no displacement in the y-axis, not upward, not downward. So we can simply say that here that the y value is 0. Okay, so we can simply say that 2, 0 is the coordinate of this point. Okay, so we can write here a note that on x-axis the coordinate of y-axis is 0. Okay, got it, dear students? Got it? And in the similar way, if I ask you, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Okay, and this one is -1, this one is -2. Okay, so if I ask you that if a point lies here, okay, if a point lies here, this is the point B, what would be the coordinate of point B?
-1, 0.
-1, 0.
Sorry.
0,
Sorry, 0, -1.
Okay, 0, -1, because it is arbitrary chosen that when we are just using the when we are studying the coordinate geometry, or we can say that when the mathematicians or a group of people sat together, they need to write the how can we write the coordinate of a point, that it is mandatory, that it is arbitrary chosen that we must write the first x-axis, then y-axis, and if there is z-axis, then we have to write it in the later. Okay, so this is arbitrary chosen that we need to write the first x-axis. So here, if we are considering this one as x-axis, okay, sorry, y-axis, so this must be written later. So we can simply write here -0, -1 is the coordinate of this point. Okay, okay, simple. Okay, so how can we say that if I'm saying that here's another question, let's take another question. So we can write here another points on y-axis, on y-axis the coordinate of x-axis is 0. Okay, the coordinate of x-axis is 0. Got it? Let's move further. So let's have a question regarding to this one. A point lies 2 units on x-axis. Okay, 2 units on x-axis. Calculates its distance from -3 units on y-axis. Okay, please calculate. How will you solve this one? Is it easy? So what will you do, dear students? That's a very easy question. If a point lies 2 units on x-axis, then what would be its coordinate on x-axis? Tell me.
2,
What would-
-3.
2,
So, 2, 0 is the first coordinate of point A. Okay, and if another point lies 3 units on y-axis, then what would be the coordinates of that point on y-axis?
0, -0, -3.
0, -3 is the point of P. So please tell me the distance of AB by using this formula: x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square.
Square root of 13.
How much it is?
Is it square root of 13?
13. Root 13. Okay. Tanishka, have you calculated?
Yeah, it's coming root 13.
Root 13. Okay. Okay. So let's do this very easy. So simply what we need to do is you can take anyone. If you are you need to do what you need to simply subtract this one and this one. So 2 minus 0 whole square plus you can write here 0 minus minus 3 whole square. Okay. So you can write here under root of 2 square plus okay, and simply what you need to do here is you can write here that is minus 3 of whole sorry plus 3 whole square. So you can write here 4 plus 9. You can simply write here root of 13 units. Okay, easy, easy. So let's move towards the next question. What type of questions does if it simply say that a point? Okay. So what type of another type of question? Let's do another type of questions first. Let's go through the concept, then we shall be going to discuss it. Okay. So what type of another questions comes? Okay. There are 2 points A and B. A and B. Okay. There are 2 points A and B, and this point has a coordinate of P comma 0. Sorry, P comma 5. P comma 5, and this point B lies on y-axis. This point B lies on y-axis. Okay. If the distance between A and B is uh, is 2 units. Okay. If the distance between A and B is 2 units, 2 units, then tell me what would be the value of P? What would be the U value of P? Lies on y-axis. Tell me what would be the value of P? Solving. How can you solve this question? So you have to write here AB equals to under root of x square. Okay. You can write here x minus x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Okay, and then simply you can write here AB. The value of AB is being given to you, that is 2 under root of what is the value of x2? The value of x2. So you can consider any one x1. So if I'm saying this point lies on y-axis at 1 unit, so its coordinate will be at y-axis, the value of x coordinate is 0. So we can write here 0, 1. So you can simply write here p minus 0 whole square plus 5 minus 1 whole square. Okay, so we can simply write here p square plus 4. Okay, 4 whole square. Okay, so that is 2 here AB. Now what you can do is simply you can write here that p square plus 4 square is 16. You can write here 16. P square plus 16 is equals to 2 square. Sorry, 2, but you it is still under root. So what you need to do is squaring on both sides. Squaring on both side, you will be able to write here that 4 is equals to p square plus 16. Now this 16 will goes to that side. Okay, now this 16 will goes to that side and will become p square is equals to p square is equals to p square is equals to 16 minus 4 minus 16. Okay, so that will be p square is equals to you can write here 16 minus 4, so that will be minus of 12. Okay, so do you think this point is possible, dear students? Please let me know. Do you think this point is possible? What does this p square minus 12 indicates? So let me explain you, dear student, that it is not arbitrary choosing. What I need to show you here is that it is not possible that when we square something, the square of any numbers, for example, if I'm saying that AB square is something, okay, or BC square is something, okay, and if the digit is coming in negative, it simply says that it is not possible, because the square of anything can never be in negative. So this is not possible. So there must be you can say that there is no such point lies that we cannot have the value of p such that that the point is on we can say that 1 unit here, 1 unit on y-axis, this is 0, 1. Okay, another I'm saying that it is a 5 unit from here. Let whatever the value of p it must be. Okay, let the y-axis is this one. Okay, it can be this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, if I'm saying that y coordinate lies here, this is 5. Okay, so this is 5. So if the value is 0, even if I took the p as 0, the minimum value, that is p is 0, then is still the value of if I'm considering this one p as 0, so the value we cannot have such value. Okay, if because we cannot have the negative value right now here. Okay, so you need to keep in mind here that the value of p is not able to, we will not be able to calculate the value of p. Why? Because this is the square of p is coming in negative, and if the square of p is coming in negative, so we cannot calculate the value. Okay, I can say that if the distance is greater than I'm saying that if the distance is 5 meter. Okay, let me explain you here that if I'm saying that the distance is 5. Okay, if I'm saying the distance is 5, so you can write here 5, you can write here 5. Okay, so when you square this one, you will get 25. Okay, when you subtract this one, we'll get 25 minus 16, that will be the p square. Okay, so the value of p square is simply, that will be, you can write here 9, and the value of p is plus minus plus 3 or minus 3, because when you square, when you calculate the under root of 9, it will be minus 3 or plus 3. It will be minus 3 or plus 3, because when minus 3 squares, we get 9. If we consider the value of p as minus 3, we still get the value 9. And if we consider the value of as positive 3, then still the value is also 9. So dear student, you need to keep in mind here that the coordinate of this point, the value of P will be +3 and -3 if I took the distance 5. So it is not so that if anyone gives you any question that the distance between this one is 1 meter, 2 meter or 5 meter, then you need to calculate the value of P. It is not possible. If the value of P square is coming in negative, then we cannot calculate the value of that that ordinates. Okay, that coordinate we cannot calculate the value of that coordinate. Okay, so do you have any doubts regarding to this point, that where you can commit the mistake or where you can check that you are committing the mistake or not? Okay, so first is that if the distance is coming in negative, then in that case the value is incorrect, means you have committed some mistake. You need to keep it in mind and you need to recheck it one. Okay, and if the value of something square is coming in negative, if anything in b square and it is coming in negative, so negative value of a square does not exist, so it means that we have committed some mistake or the value is not given proper. So okay, so there are so many objective questions that is being given that none of these option is there. So most of the students, when solving the objective question, because you are going to have the objective question paper this time, so they think that they generally thought that none of these is not, might mean the chances of none of these is very less, means the student think that none of these is not, might not be the answer of this question. So you need to keep in mind none of these can be the answer of a question. If you must be 100% sure that if your values you are getting an incorrect value, then none of this can be the answer of that questions. Okay, so if you are having any doubt regarding to this one, let me know. Do you have any doubt?
Sir, in the start you mentioned AB is equal to 2 units or A minus B is equal to 2 units.
AB is equals to 2 units. The distance between A and B is 2 units.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. So you need to keep in mind here that this is simple. First of all, we need to teach the student that where they can commit the mistake and what is the concept, what type of question is being asked in the examination. Then we shall be showing being large number. There are large number of questions in every book. You can find thousands of questions, hundreds of questions will be there. So that's not a big deal. Let's move towards the next question. Have you copied this one, dear students? Okay, let's move towards the next question. Another type of questions comes that is the mirror concept. Okay, mirror concept. For example, if I'm saying this is a point. Okay, this is going to have the coordinate 2, 3. Okay, and if I consider this as a mirror reflecting surface, if I consider this as a reflecting surface, then what would be the coordinate of this point in the mirror? Means with the image, you know, the image will be formed here. Okay, so what would be the coordinate of its reflecting points, or we can say that the point that will be appear in the mirror. If I'm considering this x-axis as a mirror, then what would be the coordinate of that points that will appear in the mirror? Okay, like it will be appearing here. Okay, you know that the plane mirror forms same size and image at the same distance. So what would be the coordinate of this point? And if I consider this one as a mirror, this point as a mirror, then what would be the coordinate of this point here? Think, because many a times it is being asked that this is a point A. It is going to have a coordinate 2, 3. Okay, calculate the distance. Calculate the distance between its mirror image of x-axis and y-axis. Means if we are considering the mirror as x-axis and y-axis, then calculate the distance between these 2 points. It is being asked in the examinations. So first of all, you need to calculate the coordinate of this point and this point. Then simply you can simply do the, by using the formula, you can simply calculate the distance. So if I ask you that A is a point, okay, and if I consider x-axis as a mirror and y-axis as a mirror, then what would be the distance? What would be the distance between these 2 points? What would be the distance between these two points? So first you need to calculate the okay, so what you need to do is, tell me dear student, what would be the formula, what would be the coordinate of this point? It's very easy. If you are moving 2 units upward in the y direction, then this will comes 2 units down. Sorry, if you are moving 3 units upward, then you will be coming 3 units downward. And if you are moving this one in the x-axis, okay, or we can simply say that if you are moving this unit as an x-axis, so this will remain as a constant. This is not changing. So what is not changing? If we are considering x-axis as a mirror, x-axis as a mirror, then the coordinate of x-axis is not changing, because the horizontal distance is not changing. It is same. If I ask, if a person is saying has to go to the point B, then what he need to do? He need to move the 2 units in the x direction and then 3 units in the negative 3 units in the direction. So you need to keep it in mind that the direction this will be 3 or 2 comma minus 3. So if we are considering x-axis as a mirror, then the coordinate of, okay, if we are if we consider, so if we are considering the mirror as an x-axis, if we are considering the mirror as an x-axis, then what remains same as the coordinate of x-axis. And if we are considering the y-axis as a mirror, then the coordinate of y-axis remains same. Okay, so if I'm saying that, what would be the coordinate of this point? So tell me what would be the coordinate of this point, dear student. Tell me what is the coordinate of this point. Tell me, it's easy. If I consider y-axis as a mirror, then y-axis coordinate remains same, but the x-axis coordinate will interchange. Means if it is positive 2, then it will become negative 2. If it is negative 2, then it will become positive 2. So this will be simple, minus of 2. That's you need to say that this object is moving 2 units from here. So this will be minus 2 units from here. And the upward distance is same, that is positive 3. So this will be positive 3 and minus 2. Okay, and now if you need to calculate the distance of these points of the images, then you can simply calculate the distance between these 2 points. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, so you write a note here that image formation, or in case of reflecting surface, in case of reflecting surface, if I'm considering that x-axis as a mirror, okay, so the coordinate of x-axis will remain same, but y-axis, but the coordinate of y-axis sign will change. For example, if I'm considering 2 comma 3 as a coordinate, if I'm considering x as a coordinate, the coordinate will become, so this is the original one, and this will be the 2 comma minus 3 will be the image coordinate. Okay, in a similar way, if I'm considering the y-axis as a mirror, then the coordinate of y-axis will remain same, but the coordinate of x-axis sign will change. Sign will change. Okay, so this is simple that you need to keep in mind here. So you can write here simply. So for example, if we have taking the coordinate of 2 comma minus 3, so it is the original one. So it will become minus 2 comma minus 3 will be the coordinates of image form. Okay, got it, dear students, or still having some doubt? Have you copied this one? Okay, dear students, I hope in this lecture and today's class, what we study is simply that we only discuss the concept of the distance formula, and simply we need to we learn that how the coordinates, how we write the coordinates if we are considering the x-axis and y-axis as a plane as a mirror. Okay, or we learn that where we can commit the mistake or where we cannot commit the mistake. Okay, so if our answer is correct or not. So the prediction of answer is very much important, that whenever you are calculating the distance or we are calculating something, we are solving some problems, so it is must that we must predict our answer, that what will be our answer, the range of our answer should be there. Okay, so it will be very helpful for us to get the correct option. So it is must that we must know that how to predict our answers. So in today's class, that's all for today, dear students, because I'm having a next class. Okay, in the next class, we'll be going to discuss this much in detail, and we will be going to discuss very important questions regarding to these topics. Okay, thank you so much for joining this class. I hope you understood. Is there any doubt? Dear students, is there any doubt?
Also,
No, sir. Okay. Okay. That's all. Thank you so much.